Today we're going to be going over the preventative maintenance on the Schwinn AC Performance and the AC Sport. The only difference between these two bikes, preventative maintenance wise, is one, the Pro is the Performance is an aluminum frame and the Sport is a steel frame. So first thing we want to do is look at the flywheel alignment, make sure the flywheel is running true with the frame. So you can just look down this section of the flywheel where it's flat right here. Use this part of the frame as your guide. Make sure the flywheel is running true with this. The reason for that is because of our brake carriage. There's not a lot of space between the flywheel on each side of it. So if it's not running true, you're going to hear grinding noises where the flywheel is touching the magnets. And you're going to hear some chain noise where the chain isn't running true with the sprockets. And the way you adjust this is you loosen your 14 or 15 millimeter flywheel nuts. There's two different sizes out there. And you use your 1/8 Allen screws to adjust the flywheel left to right so that it's running true. So we're going to talk about chain tension. Some of the problems you may see with the chain is if the chain is too loose, you're going to hear it slap the covers and it's going to jump off the sprockets in the middle of a ride. If the chain is too tight, it's going to ride really rough and it's going to be really loud. So that's why you want to make sure the chain is tensioned properly. Proper tension is to rock your pedals. If you have any movement, you want to adjust the front screws. Once you get it to where there's no rocking in the pedals, you want to go a half turn more, and then you're set. Chain lubrication is very important. If you don't lubricate the chain, you're going to get a rusted chain, frozen links, and the possibility of them breaking and stretching prematurely. So we recommend every 30 days, and we recommend tri-flow, either in the liquid form or the aerosol. Obviously we have the cover off for the camera. As you can see here, what I do is I hold the brake down so you make sure the flywheel doesn't spin and catch your fingers. You can reach up under here and feel, if the chain is lubricated or dry. So if it's dry, it needs to be lubricated. We recommend tri-flow, and it comes in the liquid form and aerosol. So the liquid form, you obviously would have to remove the cover and lubricate your chain. You just want to turn it. You don't want to over lubricate it. With the aerosol, we actually have an access point in the back of the cover where you can just give it a good spin and then a couple squirts in the back. Should be good. And again, you can always double check that by reaching in and feeling the chain, make sure you got it lubricated properly with the aerosol. You don't want to over lubricate it with the cover on. Obviously you're going to have oil leaking out. So also on your PMs, you're going to want to check your pedals to make sure they're tight. I would do this about every 30 days. And you want to make sure and use the correct tool. Ours takes a 15 millimeter pedal wrench. So you may have to purchase this from Park Tools or other bike shops in your area. But make sure you have the right tool. A regular 15 millimeter will not fit in between here correctly. And do not apply Loctite or grease or lubrication to the threads before you install new pedals. That doesn't need it. Okay, the next thing you want to do is lubricate your pop pins. And when I say lubricate, I'm talking about the threads. Okay, you just want to put a little bit of grease on your finger, put it on here, just turn it, make sure it gets into the threads good. You don't want to put a whole big gob on there, obviously, so that it turns up and tightens up nice and smooth. Also on your preventative maintenance, maybe once a week, once every couple weeks, depending on the uses of your club. You want to check your seat post and your handlebar post to make sure they're running up and down smoothly. If they're not, you can pull the post out get some Windex, put it, spray it on a rag, clean the post up real good, and put it back in, and it should be good to go. Okay, so the last thing you want to do is look at your bike and make sure it's nice and clean. If it's not, as far as cleaning the frame, we would just recommend some Windex and a cloth. Okay, we're going to go over how to lock out and adjust the smart release. You can see if it's too loose, it spins too freely. So when you adjust it, you're going to turn the flywheel till you see there's a spot here to put a screwdriver or a smart release tool. It's a little hole in that black ring. So we're going to put a screwdriver in there. Pulling down on the flywheel is tightening. Pushing up is loosening. So we're gonna lock it out. You're gonna go all the way, turn the flywheel until it stops. You don't want to keep cranking on it. You're gonna bind up the adjustment nut. You just want to tighten it up until it quits slipping, if that's what you want for your club. So if you want to adjust it, you back it off and you get on the bike and you pedal it a couple times. When you stop pedaling, it should not pull you out of the seat. Okay?